Hello everyone, my name is Amber and I'm going to be your host for today's webinar, Advanced Trip Accounting and Reports. The audience is for all users of the platform. Length will be from 45 to 60 minutes depending on your questions. The topics that we'll cover today: how to add several main travelers and sub-travelers, how to split the cost of the entire trip of or individual services between main travelers and sub-travelers, manage multiple currencies at the service level, add a wholesaler DMC or lodging package with sub-services, create an individual invoice for each main traveler, distribute the cost evenly with the cost distribution wizard, create different quotes, add payments to invoices and track invoices status, customize and add terms and conditions to the invoice, track direct to supplier payments, review all transactional data, and export reports. The learning objectives is that after this training, you should have a complete understanding of the trip creation process, a trip accounting follow-up, including advanced features. You should also have a clear understanding on generating and reading transactional and performance reports. We won't cover today any basic travel contact training for advisors or any training specifically for administrative users. So with that being said, we'll go to the platform demo. So now we'll go direct to the trips model. So first of all, I would like to make like a brief review. Remember that we have the general search bar, which you will only have to click, okay, to write the name of the main traveler or to the trip. Then we have the advanced search. Here you can add as many conditions as you need it. You can always research search, and you can even filter them by the status. So for example, if I want to see my upcoming trips, these are the ones, or if I want to see on draft or all. Then depend on what role you have, but if you're an admin, you will have the option to see your trips or all trips from the agency. Here you can clear the filters. And to create a trip, we have two options. We have these two buttons, which is exactly the same. Okay, so for the trip name, I highly recommend names that are going to be easy for you to remind. So, advanced webinar, August 2023. I'm sorry. September 2023. So for the main traveler, okay, is Marianela. Remember that in Travel Contact you can link profiles. Okay, so for example, if Marianela always travel with her family, and you can link those profiles in order so you don't have to add them manually. Okay, so I'm gonna say that she's going to travel with Victor and Alexis. And I'm gonna click on create. Remember that in another webinar, I show you how you can create those templates, task templates. So if you always have like the same task for a specific kind of trip, for example, I'm gonna say all trips and I'm gonna click on continue. And I always have the same task, that is call a client. If you would like to add another one, send a itinerary. You can even establish like due dates, and then I can confirm and create. Okay, so first we have the dashboard, which is pretty empty because this is a new trip, but now we are gonna go to the client section. So Marianela has two sub-travelers, okay? If I would like to remove one, you just click here and that's it. If you want to remove the main client, if you want to view client info, remember that the main traveler is the person that is going to be in charge of the payment. So it's the one that you are going to send like the invoices, okay? You can add as many main travelers as needed. For example, if 3 friends are going to travel and each of them are going to pay for their own trip, you can add 3 main travelers, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna say that, okay, it's gonna go and Tania is going to travel to with them and I can add the clients. So here you can, play with those groups. You can manage all the trip plans from here. Then we are going to the services. So first of all, we are going to create a flight. Okay, so I'm gonna say that this is American Airlines. The departure date, we're gonna say September 7th. All right, September 7th. Okay, and you can add all the additional information that you may need. This is from Miami to New York. And I'm gonna say that everybody is gonna take this flight. If not, you can deselect this person and that will be it. Please add a confirmation number. Okay, that's very important. And then we go to the cost information section. So for the payment, I'm gonna say that this is payment to agency. And as you can see, we have 3 main travelers. So you can do this manually, or we can use the cost distribution wizard. So this is very, very useful when it's an amount that you want to divide or to distribute the cost evenly between these groups. So I'm gonna say yes. Come here, I'm gonna say that this is gross, and I'm gonna say that this is $6,000, okay? Is there any commission? Yes, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna earn like 10%, and this is the commission. And if you would like to add a markup, okay, you can click on yes, and the amount, let's say $300. So as you can see, this is how it distributes, so I don't have to do it manually, okay? So I'm gonna click on confirm and save. So here I wanna show you how it looks. In case you need to edit this part, you can do it easily, okay? But adding here the information. So now I'm able to add the service. Okay, so now we can confirm an invoice now, okay? If there's any doubt, you can see by main traveler. As you can see, Marianela has one sub-traveler. If you need to see like the main traveler cost info, here where you can see it. So now we are going to confirm an invoice now. Okay, so these are the 3 invoices that Travel Contact has created for you. So you can always change the issue date or the due date, and you can even add a discount. Okay, so I see that everything is okay. I click on create. Okay, as you can see how my trip status bar is changing automatically. So I don't have to do anything here. Everything is gonna be done automatically. So you already created 3 invoices. So if you would like to send or to view or to edit, we are gonna go to the payment section, to the client invoices, Okay, so you can see this is the total invoice, the total markup. I haven't paid anything, okay? And these are the different invoices that I have created. So you can download it with itemized or not itemized PDF. You can view the payments, which we haven't done any. You can view invoice, you can edit, or you can delete it. So I want to show you if we click on view. Okay, this is how it looks. You can download it from here too. And you can even change the color of your invoice in case of needed. You can edit all this section, okay? And something important is to add terms to your invoices. So this has to be done previously by the admin of your agency. But for example, if I'm gonna say, please include in all invoices, okay? And this is how it looks. So remember, you can always download it, edit it. So now I'm going back to the invoice list. Okay, so after we create the service and we confirm, okay, now we are going to learn how to report a payment. So we go to the payment section, and here we have the client payments, okay? As you can see, I have 3 main travelers, okay? So now I'm gonna click on report and allocate from client to agency. So I select the main traveler, which is Aura. The payment method, I'm gonna say that this was a wire, this was made, and this is 2,100, right? You can, give like a name on the payment group. These are all optionals required. I'm gonna click on the bank account, very important, and click on continue. Okay, so now this is pretty empty because you just have to, pretty easy because you just have to allocate it to these American Airlines. But the idea is that you can allocate that payment to any service that you have here registered in your trip, okay? So I'm gonna say 1,100, okay? And now I can submit payment. Okay, so as you can see, this has reported, it changed. The back office hasn't received any payment, right? So very important, guys, I want to show you is that on the client invoices, it's gonna show 0 pay. Why? If we already reported. Well, because in order to this appear to be paid, the back office has to confirm it first, has to reconcile that payment, okay? So as an agent, our functions are until here to report the payment. Okay, the same is with another main travelers, or if you just want to add like a part of it, okay? Example, you can say this was in cash, made. So the same for every main traveler. Okay, and now you can submit the payment and so on and so on. And you can see how this is going to change. Now I want to show you how we can add a hotel. So I'm gonna click on login. Very important, the confirmation number. Everybody is going to stay in that hotel. So the supplier is gonna be Marriott. The check-in date, September 7th. The checkout date, I'm gonna say that September 17th. Okay, and you can fill out all this information. You can even add a label. Super important is that these labels are going to be created by your admin, by the admin of your agency. Okay, so now we have the rooms. So how to add the rooms? We come here and I can say Junior Suite. This is a confirmation, and I'm gonna say that this is for Stefania. The same for Aura. And you can keep going, so on and so on. You can see when I want to select, I cannot select clients that are already in this room. Okay, so I click on save. You can fill this out completely. And if you need to see it like this, okay, then we are going to come to the cost information. So I'm gonna say that this is payment to agency 2. So I'll create 3 more invoices. And look, you can do this manually if you would like to, or you can come to the cost distribution wizard and you could say no. Okay, and you can come here, the main traveler cost. So I can say, okay, 1,000. Mariana has some travelers like this. And this is going to make the total. I'm gonna say gross the same. Is there a commission to receive? Yes, I can say that this is 20%. And I'm gonna add a markup if you would like to. Okay, I can say that this is going to be 100 and 100. Okay, so I have the total cost here. I have it here, and I can click on confirm and save. Okay, this is the same if you would like to do it manually, but I highly recommend for you to use the cost distribution wizard. Now, how to add sub-services to your lodging. As you can see, this is the total cost of the package, okay? So as you can see, I have the cost remaining to is complete. I come here and I'm gonna add an activity. Okay, so the start date, I'm gonna say that is the same, September 7th. You can say, for example, Jack, okay, on the start time, the end time. You can even upload documents to this, okay? Add like a confirmation number, and you can add a subservice. So how do we add the base fare? We come here, and I say this is $500. And see how this changed from 4,500 to 4,000. You can continue adding, okay? This is rental, this is the supplier. I'm gonna add a confirmation number, the city, this is New York, okay? Okay, and you can add the sub-service. Drop-off date, I'm gonna say this is September 17th, and I add the sub-service. And you can say that this is $3,000, okay? And you save it. And this is the cost remaining to input, and so on and so on. So now I click on Add Services. And there we got it. So this is in proposal. Okay, you can see the cost of the sub-services here. You can even change to see the main travelers. And now I'm gonna click on confirm and invoice now. So now I created 3 more invoices for my clients. Okay, so What if you would like to create quotes for all the services that you have created? You come here. You can do this individually or you can click up and you can select them all at the same time. So I'm gonna click on create a quote. You can hide the supplier, okay? And you can add a description to it. You can add a discount and you can change the name. Example, if I don't want to say, I want to say Stefania D, okay? And even you can change the main client in case of need. Okay, so now we have the trip documents and we have the quote section. And these are the services that are included in that quote. So if I need to view it, edit it, download it, send it, or delete it, okay, here is where you can do it. So I'm gonna click on view quote, okay, and you can download it, you can choose a font, and you can even choose a color, okay? You can even add terms to your quote, okay? And we can come here. Something that is important to mention is that when you send a quote to your client, it must be a client included in the trip. So if I want to add Marianella, for example, she's in the trip, so I can do it, okay? I can copy her in this email. You can attach files, okay? And you can even delete it if you would like to, and then you can send it. In travel contact, the communication is only outbound, not inbound. So even though you can send communications to your client, you won't be able to receive any response here. The response will go directly to your invoice. Okay, then we have the itinerary. For the itinerary, we have integration with two apps, UMAP and Travefy. Okay, so this works that everything that you do in Travel Contact, you can create the itinerary in UMAP with this information automatically. Okay, so you just have to click on create itinerary in Travefy or in UMAP. This is an additional cost. So please, if you have any question regarding this integration, please let me know. You can even send the itinerary with cost or without cost, and you can see the itinerary. This is the same for every client, but if there are like a difference in services, you can see them from here, okay? This is for Aura specifically, so you can send the itinerary, you can download it, and you can create it in both UMAP or Travefy, depending on what integration you have active. Then we have the trip statements. So the trip statements are going to be created in general or by client. We have the current versions, and here this is a document that is going to that is a review of every payment that you have done or your clients, everything report, and every change that you do in the trip, it's going to be reflected in the trip documents, okay? So you click on here, okay, and you can see the document. So this is how it looks. This looks a little bit empty because back office hasn't confirmed the reports yet, but here is where it's going to look. Okay, so for last, we are going to create a service in another currency. So something super important to keep in mind is that in order to have a different currency in Travel Contact, you must have added previously by an admin of the agency. So I'm going to click on activity. Okay. I'm going to add a confirmation number. Okay, and the supplier, I'm sorry, was a typo. Okay, for example. And for the end date, I'm going to say that it's the same, September 7th. Everybody's going to take this. And now we are going to go to the cost information. So I have added previously euros and Canadian dollars. So they are going to be reflected here, the currency and Arabian. So I'm going to say that this is in euros, payment to supplier, and I can say this is going to be it, 100 euros, same for every main traveler. Okay, and you can add as many information as needed. I'm going to click on add services. And this is how you can create a service in another currency. Please keep in mind that for this, this is going to be reflected both in dollars, which is my base currency, and in euros. So this is exactly the same. I can see the main travelers, okay? And I can click here to confirm service. Okay, great. So now if we go back to the dashboard, you can see how all these changes, all the totals, the commission, the services, the start date and end date, which are going to grab the dates from the services. Then we have the transactions model. Here is super useful because you can here customize all the information and you can export here. We have the services report, which is for all the services that you have entered in Travel Contact, so you can customize it by date. Then we have the commission reports, which we have three options: not received, you can export them. Not paid is when the agency received them but hasn't paid to the agents yet. You can also export them. And then we have paid to agents. So if you want to see all the commissions that your agency has paid to you, for example, from July last year until now, you can customize it and you can export them. And then we have the invoices report. Here you will find all the invoices that you create in Travel Contact, and you can also customize the dates and you can also export them. Then we have the reports section. So in the reports model, we have four options. We have the amounts, where you can see the totals of your agency, the services, which is going to reflect and be reflected by type of service. You can even see by agent if you are an admin. If not, you are going to appear here by default. Then this is pretty useful for every agent to keep track of all their commissions. So if I want to see, for example, my own commissions, I can see the totals and you can customize it, okay? And you can export all this information here. You can see the bottom. And finally, we have the client, which this collect different kind of information from your clients. You can, as an admin, see, for example, your agents, how many clients do they have. Okay, so, well, I want to remind you that we have the help widget button and that we have our help center, which we are constantly updating it, and you can find articles, videos, and you can even register for the next webinars. Okay, guys, so I would like to remind you the learning path ahead. We have the quick start, get to know Travel Contact for administrator, introduction to trips, transactions, and reports, the advanced trip accounting and reports webinars. Remember, you can go to our health center and register, and we have other resources, which are the health widget. Super important that you give us a trip ID, screen captures. The more information, the better for us. And you can always contact us to support@travelcontact.com. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you for your attention, and please let us know if you have any additional questions. Have a very nice day.